Like most people in 2022, I fell into the Elden Ring addiction. And by addiction, I beat every single major boss, played for hundreds of hours, cried my way through many a storyline, and naturally picked Ranni's ending for the game. Now don't get me wrong, she's not my favorite waifu. That belongs to Fia. However, as a cosplayer, you can't help but want to cosplay the four-armed blue doll lady. You can't help it. But at the same time, as somebody who likes to take on way too many crazy projects, it can be a little bit easier to purchase a costume. However, the quality of purchasing a cosplay varies greatly, and sometimes that may depend upon how much you want to or can put into it. Luckily, unlike when I first started cosplaying, purchasing cosplays online is easier, cheaper, more affordable, and higher quality than ever before. So why not make it just a little bit better? So welcome to a video where I purchase a Ranni cosplay from Elden Ring and add a couple little extra details to zhuzh it up a bit. Now a lot of these techniques can be applied to not just a Ranni cosplay, but to any cosplay that you may purchase online, or even a cosplay that you yourself make but want to elevate to an extra level. Links will be provided below for as many of the products that I use, as well as the costume that I buy. The costume that I bought is from mickcostumes.com, and while they are controversial and I don't support certain choices that they make, I do find that they are one of, if not the most reliable places to buy cosplay online nowadays, especially for the price and quality in which that you are getting. So this is one of their more expensive costumes, cashing in at over $100 at the time of purchasing. Most of their costumes range under just $100, but it's understandable why they would make this one just a smidge more pricey. Now, pulling the costume right out of the bag, I was pleasantly surprised with the quality. Now, Mick Costumes is one of the highest quality places that you can purchase costumes, and typically most of their costumes range at just under $100, making them quite affordable as well. This was not something that I had when I first started off cosplaying, where you were lucky to spend less than $150 for something that was actually quality and fit you. So with Mick Costumes' outfit, it was actually constructed quite well. It had a lot of trim, so I found myself not really needing to do as many edits as I thought I would. However, when you take a look at a lot of Ranni's art and in-game, she has very bluish and white hues to them, whereas the dress from Mick Costumes felt more brown. In order to add a little bit of extra visual interest and try and punch some of the white coloring, I did do some basic, very basic weathering techniques using liquid earth paints and some dry brushing, with white paint. Now, of course, what would Ranni be without her lovely arms? Now, to do that, I ended up buying arm socks from We Love Colors, and instead of just buying one set to use for my hands, I bought a second set, with a little bit of stuffing involved and a little bit of extra paint, we were able to put together a second pair of arms that are sewn into the sleeves of the garment. Normally when I create a forearm technique, which I have in the past, I would put dowels in to create kind of false joints and bones to give it much more of a realistic look to it. But because Ranni's arms fit inside her sleeves, and I wanted a little bit of free range of motion with it, we kept them loose, which makes for some funny moments. And of course, with arm socks, you can always add some fake nail glue-ons to make them look a little bit more natural. When it came to the hat they created was actually pretty good. However, a girl wants it to light up. So we sewed in LEDs all along the edges with a battery pack hidden inside the hat on top of my head. And of course the wiring details, they didn't come necessarily with the hat. Mick Costumes just provided a bunch of wire and said, go to town with it, so I did. All molded myself. I was thankful that they included it because that would have sucked having to buy extra wire. The wig just came from Amazon and I was a bit of a stickler while buying it and ended up picking one that came with a very cute Ranni keychain. All in all, there was a lot less that I thought that I would need to add to this costume in order for it to come together, and I certainly could have gone a little bit deeper with it, but it ended up being the perfect comfy cosplay for me to wear to Magfest. The cloak, of course, could always have more details to it, but again, I just mostly wanted to have fun with this costume and slightly elevate it above what was already pre-purchased online. I'm going to, of course, add some links below to what I did buy in case you do want to buy your own Ranni cosplay and fix it up yourself. So much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it.